Hi, my name is Caiti Dodge,
I'm Lackey.
And I'm Kinsley Willis.
and this is our project on sleep disorders in teenagers for Psychology 107, Section 515.
Sleep, defined by allydog.com, is a recurring state of relaxation that is characterized by an altered state of consciousness, inhibited sensory activity, muscular inhibition, and severely reduced interaction with outside entities.
Sleep has four main different stages, including early, middle, end, and REM sleep. REM sleep is when all dreaming takes place, and in addition to all of this, there are many sleep disorders that we decide to focus on, as like insomnia, narcolepsy, sleep apnea, and sleepwalking.
Our article is a survey of sleep disorders in college students, a study of prevalence and outcomes by S. Justin Thomas, and here is our citation. The article deals with sleep complaints and disorders prevalent among college students. The constellation of sleep complaints by these students is suggestive of a number of sleep disorders. The authors know college students frequently report problems falling asleep, but wanted to get a more detailed view and explanation of this.
Hypothesis. There were 4 different hypotheses that the author predicted when talking at the beginning of the article. The first being that college students would show sleep disorders similar to the adult population due to previous research. Second, compared to the adult population, there would be a difference in the number of individual disorders. Third, students with sleep disorders would have greater symptoms of anxiety and depression. Fourth, students with the sleep disorders would show poor academic performance.
A brief overview of the method that these scientists used was 143 students were gathered from the Alabama Department of Psychology who were aged 18 to 25. Through the use of various questionnaires, such as the demographic questionnaire, the Sleep 50 questionnaire, and the Duke Health Profile, these students reported all symptoms that they experienced while they were sleeping. Once these symptoms were collected, they had a brief clinical interview, and the scientists were able to determine whether or not the students had a sleep disorder.
Results. The study found that females who were the age of 18, classified as a freshman, and Caucasian were at the greatest risk of developing a sleep disorder. Some additional factors that affected sleep in teens was having bedtimes that varied, frequent use of substances that can affect sleep, such as caffeine or alcohol, having a bedroom that is too light or too noisy, and then cell phones also played a significant role. Those who reported that their phones woke them up reported spending less time sleeping. Based on this study, 36% of students are at risk of developing a sleep disorder.
Conclusion. The study's findings suggested that sleep disorders, particularly ISS, DSPD, and insomnia, are prevalent in college students, as well as they may be at a higher risk for behaviorally induced sleep disorders. In addition, these college students with a sleep disorder report more mental and physical health complaints, suggesting a relationship that should be considered in clinical practice. Our conclusions were that college students typically tend to have an increased risk to sleeping disorders, but we suggest that another study be done where the students' sleep is monitored rather than the study be based on a survey.
This is my advertisement. The description of my advertisement is that the company Sleep Disorder Center is trying to gain business. In this picture, there is a baby sleeping very peacefully, it seems, with its head rested on a cloud. There are also 2 rhetorical questions that are both italicized, being jealous and want to sleep like a baby again. The company also placed their phone number in a bold font and did their logo very prominent on this article, or on this advertisement. My analysis of this ad is that they are trying to appeal to the reader's emotion, because by saying that, like a baby, people would want to sleep deeper. By placing a picture of a cute baby that seems to be sleeping very deeply and peacefully, the company is trying to get the reader to desire a sleep like they had when they were a child. The use of rhetorical questions, jealous and want to sleep like a baby, are persuading the audience to make themselves believe that they are too jealous that babies get to sleep so well and that their sleep is no longer as it used to be. The italicization of these letters is for emphasis, and the company placing their phone number and logo very boldly so the reader could not miss it. They also wanted to make the reader believe that better sleep is easily achieved by just simply calling this phone number and utilizing their business. And this ad related to our article because sleep disorders are increasing in our generation, and thus people will be looking for ways to get better sleep. Here's a baby sleeping, and then the 2 questions italicized. I did 2 different versions of my ads. First, I removed the rhetorical question, jealous. And by removing this question, it doesn't trigger as strong of an emotional response from the reader because they're not as prompted to use the business. The rhetorical question can use the reader to think in this situation they would desire a deeper sleep. I also removed the phone number slightly. My box got a little moved. So the reader would not, or by removing this phone number, the reader would not react as quickly to the ad. Overall, the original ad was definitely the best version for attracting customers, not only because it appeals to the reader's emotion, but also because it makes them act quickly and utilize the business's services.
This ad is for ZzzQuil, which is made from the same makers of NyQuil. The ad shows a man sleeping curled up in his bed under gray blankets. He's depicted to look like a rock to symbolize that he's sleeping hard. The ad says, "Sleep like a rock," and the subtext under it says, "The non-habit-forming sleep aid from the makers of NyQuil. Sleep easy, sleep soundly, and wake refreshed." The ad uses symbolism by comparing how the man is sleeping to a rock. It appeals to the consumer because most people want a well-rested good night's sleep. The ad fails to give another incentive, such as free trial for the product, other than refreshing sleep. I would change the ad so that there is a link when you click it that would pull up a website to order the product right there.
Okay, and then this is my advertisement. This ad's main focus is to show that teens today are getting less sleep, and one of their reasons is their phones. This ad presents a cause and effect relationship between cell phone usage, amount of sleep, and overall heart health. Teens stay up late on their phones, which leads to decreased sleep, which affects the teen's risk of heart disease. The main technique used by this is emotional appeal. Analysis. This ad uses bold text and different colors for the text, along with a striking accusation to invoke an emotion within the viewer. The gradient of blue to red among the bold words brings emphasis on the main discussion of the ad, which is heart disease risk in teens. The red text brings the viewer's attention to those words specifically, making them more impactful. If the viewer is a teenager, they will become concerned with their own phone usage and their own health, or if the viewer is a parent of a teen, this ad will invoke a strong parental emotion. This ad's main purpose is to create discussion and awareness on the topic of heart disease risk in teens through emotions. I would change, or how this ad can be changed, by removing the gradient of blue to red and making the font less impactful. It should lead to decreased emotion within the viewer. This version of the ad seems to be more informational than thought-provoking, taking away emotions the ad created. By theory, the original version of the ad should invoke greater number of lifestyle changes because of the emotional appeal is greater.
This is our article link. We thank you for listening and hope you have a great day.